Alright, toy fans. So I'm here with another one of our reviews. Now, back this channel started a while back, and it's gone through some ups and some downs, and I've had all sorts of things, but I have a huge backlog of toys, and so as I'm also kind of transitioning into some building block stuff, I'm wanting to get more of these toy reviews out. So expect to see some of these things get open because at this point, it's not worth reviewing them, but it is worth opening them up on the channel, sharing the toy love with you, and kind of looking to see, in case you do come across this and you've never seen it, see if it's worth it or not. But this was one of those I got on clearance, right? So I got this on clearance at Walmart a while back, and it's from Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom. Now, here's the thing with Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom. I really enjoyed the first movie. I thought the first movie was just outstanding. The second movie, it's okay, right? It's not the best, but it's also not like the worst thing I've ever seen. It was just kind of there and then went it fell out. And at this point, DC has completely changed its cinematic universe. So, we've got a brand new Superman out. The new James Gunn universe is up and going, and apparently already in trouble. So with that being said, there's days I kind of miss the old Sniderverse stuff of DC. At least it was going for a while. It was all connected. This is being some of those last projects. So of course this is Aquaman: The Lost Kingdom. Spinmaster did a whole run of 3 3/4 inch or 4 inch scale toys, and I really like their toys. The DC, was it the DC Masters or the DC figures that they had. So they had some generic comic book ones. They had some movies. They had, of course, the Batman, which the Batman Batmobile that came out was just bonkers, amazing. And then we get the Flash movie. We get the Batman's Batmobile, and I never even got it. Never even got it. As a matter of fact, the most I did was when Spin Master did the 1989 style Batman, or the Michael Keaton Batman. So I do have one from the Flash. It's got the black belt, and then I've got the one that would be the Batman from the Batman Returns, but he came with the Batwing from the 1989 film. That's a pretty stellar piece. I like that one a lot. This is in the same scale as that, so this will go with a lot of those figures that you have. I kind of dig that scale, honestly. I think it's a really good scale to have, but it's fizzled out. At this point, we're just opening toys and playing with them. So, and actually, for me, they're going into bins and getting stored away until I make room in here. So, let's take a look at this Aquaman and Black Manta set. All right, so this is Aquaman versus Black Manta. It's a battle set. It does come with the Black Manta sub. Now, here's the thing with the Black Manta sub. The Black Manta sub in the movie is ginormous. This thing is not. So this is highly underscaled. And when I say underscaled, I mean it would be like Ant-Man in his giant form floating next to the sub if you were going to put this 4 inch figure to the side of the sub. I mean, it's kind of ridiculous. We'll look into it. It'll be okay. Again, it's for the kids, it's not for the adults. If we were to get one of those subs, it would be the most ginormous thing ever, and it'd be ridiculous. We would have nowhere to store it, and that's just kind of silly talk. So, let's take a look at what we do have. Okay, so it does say it has 10 plus sound effects. It does have light up features. We do get the first edition sticker here. It's a nice foil sticker. We're not keeping that. There were so many first edition things that came and went, and this thing was $7 when I picked it up. I know because I just peeled the sticker off. That's not an earring. That's actually the last part of the clearance sticker. All right. So with this, we do get that this thing does have batteries in it. So be careful, parents. There are batteries in there. And we can kind of reach in. So we can reach in. There's Black Manta. There's Aquaman. We get the trident for each one. So the trident of the old king or whatever. And then, of course, the king of Atlantis' trident. And then we do have the sub here. And we can kind of touch things. But other than that, you can't pull them out. You can't articulate. You can't really do too much with it. Now, this is an open window. Of course, we get our Aquaman man there. We get DC on there. If we flip over to the back, we get, of course, a picture of the sub. We get Aquaman there. We get our Black Manta. And then it shows you that the propellers do turn. Aquaman, or sorry, Black Manta does fit inside. We'll see how well that actually works. It does say that it lights up. And then there's a ton of legalese jargon. We get, of course, Aquaman on that side, the Aquaman logo, Aquaman, the logo on the top. There's really not much else on these. And that's okay because, you know, back then for Spinmaster, we didn't need a lot, right? Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to open this up on the side. And we're going to see, does this have any paperwork stuff inside? Do we need it? Most of the time when I got paperwork stuff on the side, I end up just like tossing it because I really don't want it. We do get a little booklet here. So we can get rid of that. And just let you know, a lot of these, there's some sets of things I do keep, some sets of things I don't. We do get some backgrounds on, ooh, that's a lot of languaging for all sorts of stuff. Tells you how to change the batteries, tells you how to put your action figure in there. It says you can switch out one action figure for another. We are going to snap something apparently to the bottom of this. And we do get lights and sounds. So, pretty cool. We'll kind of put that on the floor there. And we're going to flip that over like this because we're just going to clip it out that way. These use those rubber bands, so we do have some rubber bands on there. Oh, that's nice. So we got some of the lighting effect on the bottom. We get some light stuff up here. We get an opening canopy. Let's pop that open. Check it out. Hey, looky there. And there's our other piece that we need. So it does come with that one seat. And that's pretty much it on that. Let's go ahead and open this up. Let's pop that on. It's interesting that we have this cannon here, and I don't think it's articulated. Okay. So judging from the inside, it doesn't like it's articulated. We'll look at the instruction sheet just to see. But that's going to fit into there. That's going to snap into place. And nice. It looks like only the lights are going to be... Yeah. So it looks like the lights are only up here on the front. So on these two pieces here is where the lights are. Everything else is hidden behind. We do have these two propellers that kind of move. Mine looks like it's all kind of warped for some odd reason, but you know, it's been in the package for a while. You know what I mean? I'm going to go ahead and pop these open. So we got one trident here. We got, of course, our Aquaman. Aquaman. Oh, Aquaman. It's funny how, for the longest time, a lot of people made fun of Aquaman. And then, you know, he was made into a movie with Jason Momoa, and people absolutely loved him. So we do have the normal Spinmaster articulation. We got the ball jointing on the hip. We do get a hinge on the thigh. We get a ball joint at the knee. No articulation in the foot, which is okay. We don't necessarily need it. I do have a whole bunch of the first Aquaman run of toys that's actually by Mattel. I've kind of taken them down by now, but, you know, I do enjoy some Aquaman. And like I said, I really enjoyed that first movie quite a bit. So, we got Aquaman and his trident. Really good paint on this. It's very subtle, but there's a slight difference between the gold here and the copper there. We get, of course, our villain is back. So Black Manta is back. Same characters as last time. Nothing too different, except this time less focus on Ocean Master, which was his brother, and more focus on, of course, Black Manta and his super suit. Now, this is the new version of his super suit. There's a slight little bit of variation between the two. We do get the hoses here that sit on the head. It does cause some hindering. This backpack is, of course, glued down to his back, so that's not going to come up. The joints on the wrist are a little... They're a little stiff and they seem a little small. I'm actually kind of afraid of breaking those. So that's something to keep in mind. But same articulation as last. And he does come with the, and I can't even remember the name of this trident, but it was the trident of the bad guy. The bad Ocean Kingdom. Ooh, that he was getting power from. You know, the one that was causing him to go mad and insane. So that is a cool looking action figure. I have to admit, even though you know, I'm not as big of a Black Manta and Aquaman fan as some people. I have to admit, this is actually pretty cool. I kind of like it. I like it. And surprisingly, my friends got me a 12-inch version of him for my birthday. So we're going to have to open that one up here pretty soon, too, and check it out. Other than that, that's all we get in the packaging. We do, of course, get this, our Aquaman and our Black Manta. Now, it looks like from the instructions, I'm going to kind of go back to that and take a look. It says to snap the thing on. Boom, boom, boom. It does not show any articulation, so that is this little weapon here is one solid piece. It's interesting. This is actually two different pieces. That's brown, if I can get it up there close enough. That's brown. That's the black part. And yet there's no articulation. That's a little disappointing. But let's go ahead and open this up. Let's see if we can put Black Manta inside and check him out. Hopefully there's room not only for Black Manta, but there's also room for his trident. How awful would that be that we'd get a Black Manta, we can put him in there, he's now officially in his sub, to battle, of course, Aquaman, and then there's nowhere for him to put his weapon. It doesn't work. Oh, Spinmaster, you have this one opportunity. And he actually doesn't fit in there too well. But I guess he does. Oh, is that it? Oh, there it goes. Looks like a fish. Nom, 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 nom. Give fish a kissy. It does. I do like the look of this. It does look like a fish. You know, kind of like he's eyeballing you like, what? But yeah, all right. So, pretty cool set overall. I mean, you know, here's the thing. During this time when we had Aquaman, the Lost Kingdom, and I think we have Black Adam. I got a Black Adam set I'm going to be looking at too. You know, the Spin Master does a pretty awesome job with the figures, and I'm really upset that they don't actually have that license anymore, because I was really enjoying the 4-inch scale figures. They worked with G.I. Joe, they worked with the Marvel Universe, you know, they worked, you know, and you could put them with, you know, Captain America, etc. But they're kind of all over the place with scales, and you know, we're like, hey, we'll do 6-inch, so then McFarlane does 7-inch, and then so at this point, you know, for world building and for playing outside of the realm of having all sorts of things, this is, you know, we got a good run of 4-inch stuff, and then we kind of stopped, and that's kind of where we're at. So as long as I play with 4-inch scales, I can put them with G.I. Joe, especially like the remake G.I. Joe that Hasbro did a few, like, was it 10, 20 years ago, I think at this point? God, it seems so long. But, you know, we got those. We got, you know, the Marvel Universe stuff. Not the Legends, the Universe. And then, of course, we got, you know, the Captain America and some of those toys that were the little 4-inch figures as well. We can put those all together and play. And sometimes that's all we need, right? That's all we need. Yeah, that's all I got to say about that. All right, so thank you all for joining me for the Aquaman and Black Manta battle set. Oh, thankfully I did not butcher this one like I did the last one from the other day. That's all I got to say about them. If you find them, I don't know. I probably wouldn't spend too much, but $7, I'd say it's worth it. It was a good find for $7. I'll give it that. All right. Love you all. Thank you all for showing up. Jesus loves you more. There's nothing you can do about it. Good luck trying to get this cannon to move, and good luck with the toy hunt. All right. Take care.